Not first, but what does it feel like right at this moment in time for you to be suddenly back, almost in time, going back in time 20 years, reliving a huge musical success all over again?
Can I answer that?
Yes.
We're not going back in time to relive something, because what we relived through the first time, as part of the creative team of this, didn't end very nicely, although the product went on. But Paulette was there from the very, very beginning, from the moment the fingers hit the keyboards the first time to say, let's write a musical. Paulette was the person I wanted to be a part of that. And through certain circumstances and politics, she was shunted and pushed out of the picture. And so when it came around to picking this up again, I thought I'm loyal to my friends, and so I called up Paulette, and she said, this water under the bridge, baby.
And what sort of advantages has time given you in terms of what you can do with the show and what you feel you can bring out? Do you feel there are certain things that you really wanted to go back and look at again, I suppose?
I guess in some ways we just wanted to make sure that the narrative, as tiny as it is still a very, very important and fundamental part of the show. So that we really kind of wanted to make sure that we weren't kind of just telling the same old story again about a guy with a broken heart.
And do you feel that the message is quite a timely one, or maybe it's an eternal one, which is that men particularly sometimes need to take stock of where they're going with their lives? I mean, it's quite a sort of interesting insight into, I don't know whether you think it's Paulette, the male psyche in a way, what they think they can get away with, or what they're really looking for, the drift.
Absolutely, and we've talked about this in so much depth, and with the other guys as well, just how difficult it is sometimes for men, but also this is a perfect kind of environment for them to have this discussion, and also in this lovely, supportive, funny, musical way.
And there was kind of what happened the last time, is that we moved from this narrative into a musical show, into a review. But men got to be brave enough to stick their heads above the parapet, and the parapet is their egos. Get over that, and allow yourself to just be shot at a couple of times, because it doesn't hurt, and you might learn something from it. So I trust this woman, and that's why, I think that's why we started out together to begin with. And the thing about the narrative is that at that point in time, Paulette was doing script revisions or working on scripts.
Script editing, yeah.
Script editing,
yeah.
And so I knew that I needed somebody like that in the environment. When it was snatched away from us, that whole aspect of the integrity of the storyline was also suspended, and so it became a different kind of product than I really wanted it to be. As successful and as lovely as it was, it didn't really penetrate the way that I wanted it to do. And that you should ask the question, is for me the success, that we've at least got one guy who's been able to observe that.
And I suppose it can't help but noticing that you've become a hugely successful international star, partly on the back of The Wire, very prominently. Do you feel any sense of readjustment in terms of coming back to the stage? Does it feel for you as though you've had any kind of?
She can answer that. I can't remember a thing. These are my words. I can't. When you move from stage to film, or to television, you've got to remember text for five minutes. And then you forget it, and you're on to the next bit of text. I'm not thinking about the text I shot yesterday, today. In a play, I better be thinking about what I learned yesterday, today. Otherwise, I have these two ladies on my case going, no, that wasn't what you wrote.